All right, we are starting to get to fall here in southern Arizona, which means that people will be getting outdoors to enjoy our great part of the country. And we'd like to welcome back a couple of young ladies who like to help you get not only outdoors, but outdoors and moving to the beat. Back with us from the spring are Bridget G. G is correct, right?
Yeah.
And Aria Levin. Let's start over. I'm messing with
It's okay.
Bridget G, Aria Levin. Lavin. All right, Lavin. All right, I need to write that down somewhere so I can look at it. Lavin. G. All right, take two.
Great.
See, even the host needs a redo sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially early in the morning. Here we go. 3, 2. We are reaching the fall part of our lives here in southern Arizona, which means people are going to be getting back outdoors in any way that they can. And we'd like to welcome back a couple of young ladies that want to help you get outdoors. And not only get outdoors, but get you outdoors and moving to the beat. Pleased to be joined by the crew from Silent Adventures. They joined us back in the month of May to tell us a little bit about their silent discos. We've got Bridget G and Aria Levin joining us back. Ladies, welcome back.
Thank you. Hello.
Absolutely. So we had you on in the spring. I think you guys were here back in May, and we talked a little bit about your outfit that you started out. Let's kind of catch the folks up again on what Silent Adventures is all about.
Yeah. Silent Adventures is a silent disco dance tour business. So some people may have done a silent disco where you show up, you put on a headset, and you can choose between channels to dance to. But this one is we all show up and hand the headsets to the people, and then we take them on a route, basically. I always say it's the best game of Follow the Leader for an hour. And we listen to all different types of music while doing it.
All right, so last year you guys kind of got things going. That was year one of the operation. After you guys got done, because I think you were wrapping up your first season when we talked to you before, how did you kind of, I'll start with you, Aria, how did you kind of like review how the first year went and maybe discuss what changes you wanted to make for year two?
Yeah, I mean, it was honestly a pretty successful year for just starting out in Tucson. But going into this next season, something that we're doing differently is we're doing themes for all of our adventures. We did one theme last year, which was our Taylor Swift adventure, and that one people loved. So this year, we're going to do some other themes. We've got Disney, we've got early 2000s, we have a Halloween adventure, and a bunch of other ones. So that's a big thing that we're doing differently this year, and hopefully that will attract kind of different crowds of people. And then we will be in Winter Haven again this year, dancing through the Christmas lights to... we have the best Christmas playlist you've ever heard, I will say.
Super fun, yeah.
All right, so tell me about how did you, I mean, that Christmas is way in advance, but we'll start there. How did you come up with your Christmas playlist?
I mean, I think that we've all heard the very typical Christmas music. We hear the same songs every year. So we were just trying to find some variations to those songs that are more danceable, and something that we want to listen to every single night because we have to listen to this playlist over and over and over. So I don't get sick of it, and I do get sick of Christmas music sometimes. So
Yeah.
I'd say it's pretty good.
For each of you, was there a Christmas song that you absolutely did not want on the list?
Oh, that's a great question. I don't know, like the little drummer boy. One of the things that's fun for Tucsonans, about Winter Haven, is that we matched the songs to the houses.
Yes.
And so there's this house that's known for its Grinch display, but this year they did half Barbie, half Grinch this past year, since it was the year of the Barbie movie.
Right, yeah.
And so we played, that was maybe one of our only Christmas songs, as we played the Barbie girl music.
Oh, yeah. That sounds interesting there.
It was fun.
So then give me one song that you absolutely wanted, like maybe your favorite song, and Bridget, your favorite song that you knew that this song is definitely on the list.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite songs that we have on there is our Grinch song, but
Yeah.
it's the Grinch theme song from the newest Grinch movie by
Okay.
Tyler the Creator. So it's a little bit more like
Ah.
hip
Yeah,
hoppy,
it's
kind of
fun.
fun. Yeah, that one's one of my favorites.
How about
Yeah.
you, Bridget? Which one
Well,
is
I'm
yours?
a huge fan of Christmas music. So, I thought, is this going to be the first year of my life I get sick of Christmas music? But I didn't. So it's really hard for me to choose. And this is going to sound like off theme from Christmas, but one of my favorite moments we have is that we play Let It Go from Frozen. And when we have kids on the group, it's just one of the most fun moments we have because they're belting their hearts out,
Yeah, it's pretty magical.
and it's cold out, so and we go by the igloo. So yeah, that is maybe my favorite moment that we've had.
Bridget G and Aria Levin joining us from Silent Adventures. It's the silent disco that takes you on a tour, whether it's downtown Tucson, whether the ladies were talking about Winter Haven. We'll kind of close up Winter Haven again. You guys are going to be there mostly on the weekends, correct?
Yeah. You can always go on our website and see when we have each of our adventures. It'll specify whether, if it just says Silent Adventure on our website, it's downtown. But if it says Winter Haven, like our festive playlist, it's in Winter Haven.
So you mentioned Halloween. Is that the first one coming up, or when will the first one be this year?
Our first adventure this year is October 19th, and we're kicking it off with our early 2000s playlist.
Ooh.
Yeah, something for everyone.
Yes. And then I think we have one or two more before Halloween. And then, we'll do a Halloween one. People should come dressed up in their costumes.
And it's on Halloween and a little bit later in the evening. So it's kind of perfect. We plan to do it in our same route downtown. So it'll be really fun to be downtown during Halloween.
Halloween, I believe this year will be on a Thursday night. So that's always a good night to kind of get the weekend going for this year. And you mentioned, obviously, you guys don't do it in the summertime because obviously the weather's a little bit warm. So this year you'll be starting up in October and you'll run through when?
Probably through April,
Okay.
We're always also available for like private events and birthday parties for even like business and companies if they wanted to do team building, things like that, that we can customize what we do. So, weather isn't always the main factor. It's just, how do people want to come and play with us and, and get the experience of a silent adventure, which I do think that we mentioned this back in May, but it's the first one in the United States of a franchise. So Tucson gets to experience something special and unique.
I was looking at the website. Obviously, again, most of the other ones are in Europe, which is kind of where it originated. Are you surprised that you guys are still the only ones in the United States and no one else has kind of taken this up and tried to give it a go?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was on track to start in Chicago before COVID, and then that kind of fell apart. So obviously, like, there is interest in other places, but so far it's just us, and we'll see how long that lasts.
I thought I saw something on the website as well that mentioned Flagstaff. Do you have something going on up there?
We did a one-time event in Flagstaff last weekend.
Okay. Oh, wow. Last weekend.
Yes.
Kind of for the start of school or around school?
Yeah,
or?
we were up there doing a fundraiser for my old high school, and then we ran a friends and family adventure just for our people that we have up there.
Yeah.
How did that one go? So what was the theme for that? Or was it kind of all over the place?
We did kind of our classic mix where it's, music from several decades. A lot of it is probably from the last 20 years, but a lot of the popular music, and we have little kind of activities, dance activities that we do. So it was super fun. I mean, my family was there, like my nieces and nephew, and they had a blast. We would love to expand to the rest of Arizona and partner with anyone to expand to other states too.
So when you guys, obviously you mentioned it's going to be themes, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s. So do you already have like those? Do you have the list already made? Or you guys get together on a certain night? Let's say, hey, Aria, come over. Let's sit down and listen to some music. How does that process go for picking the playlists?
Yeah, I mean, we do sit down and put together the playlists with each other. Whoever is leading that particular adventure is kind of in charge of putting together the playlist. But obviously, we both have input. And
We'll ask
yeah.
friends
Yeah.
sometimes. We also we're gonna do an all Spanish song playlist at the beginning
Oh,
of
Latin
November.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah, a Latin mix on November 2nd.
Wow.
Close to Dia de los Muertos, because that's just a huge part of Tucson culture, and I'm really excited about that one. But we definitely take requests, not in the moment necessarily, because they have to already be on our phone, but beforehand, asking people, what songs would you want to dance through the street to? Sometimes the answers are weird, but sometimes we're like, oh man, we never thought of that song.
So what happens? I'm sure there's troubleshooting and malfunction. Somebody's phone doesn't work. Has that happened? How do you
Yes.
guys? Do you have backup plans in place in case something goes wrong out there?
We've learned our lesson.
Oh boy.
This past week.
Yeah.
With the families. That's good to learn with the families versus people
the
that are
groups we had.
Exactly.
They were good groups.
Yes. We've learned our lesson with non-paying groups, which has been great.
Oh.
And yeah, I mean, we have learned to have 2 of everything at all times. So you have a backup because it really is like such a moving technological, all the pieces have to work together for it to happen.
Yeah.
So there's lots of things that can go wrong. And
we got to experience some of them.
yeah,
this past
but
week.
we made it through the entirety of last season without anything going majorly wrong. So
Yeah, we got pretty lucky.
yeah.
And people are so graceful with us. When we're just telling we have technical difficulties, or we ask them to dance nice and close to us, because it's radio transmission
Right,
that we
exactly,
use.
right. Can't let them get too far away.
Yeah, and that's just when we're in the moment, can't figure out what we need to tweak, and so people are awesome. They're having a blast, so they understand if we have an issue.
Yeah.
And yeah, we try to be generous too in the ways that when we mess up, because all we want is to be dancing through the streets with people.
Yeah. But it's hard to get mad at us when you're dancing through the streets.
Yeah,
So.
when you're having the best time ever.
Bridget G and Aria Levin from Silent Adventures joining us on this Sunday morning. This is their second time in studio with us. So in terms of logistics, like obviously when you're dancing, you've got a big group through the streets of Tucson. Do you have to get permission? Do you if you're going a certain route, are there people you have to talk to make sure you're not doing things that you're not supposed to do?
I mean, our route is very pedestrian friendly, so we only cross one road.
Okay.
And we're in pretty quiet areas most of the time. But yeah, before we started, we talked to all the people we needed to talk to, the police department and I don't know who else, City of Tucson.
City of Tucson in general is such a great place to be a small business owner, to have a startup, because there's so many things in place that support you. And in some ways, it felt like too easy, where we were just getting yes after yes. Like, can we do this? Yes. Oh, okay. Do we need anything for that? No. You have your business permit? Great. And so I was shocked every time. It felt like, destiny, sort of oh, wow, everything's working out. So, but yeah, I think there's just a general desire for more. We like to call it good, sober fun in Tucson. It's a 4:30 on a Saturday usually. And so, it's great to start off your Saturday night and go eat and drink downtown afterward.
Silent Adventures is what it is called. It is the silent walking disco throughout the city of Tucson, as well as other areas like Winter Haven. They're getting started here, coming up in a few weeks. So the first night, again, will be the 2000s event, correct? That'll be coming up. They've got a Halloween evening that is planned for October the 31st, which will be a Thursday. There's 3 Saturdays in October where there'll be opportunities, 3 Saturdays in November, as well as all the Winter Haven dates, which is a total of 6 dates currently in December. New Year's Eve is not booked yet. Are we planning anything for New Year's Eve?
Yeah, actually. We want to try and do a fun New Year's Eve playlist.
Okay.
Kick off the new year. It'll probably be on New Year's Eve.
And then you'll start releasing your 2025 dates about when?
Probably November, December.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We just have to look at our own calendars.
There you go. Because obviously you guys have real jobs that you do. What do you do for real, by the way, Bridget and Aria? What do you guys do for real?
Yeah. Well, we do something very fun. We get to support college students when they study abroad. So we both work for InterVarsity Christian Fellowship. And I'm in charge of our pilgrimage programs in Europe. So I take students on trips in Spain and Italy and Ireland. And we have new trips coming up, and we have non-student trips coming up. So anyway, if that's something you're interested in too, come meet me on a silent adventure.
There you go. Let's get dancing. Ladies, appreciate you stopping by again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So good to be here.